live from Huntertown, Indiana. It's Soarin Hawk on the air.
Yay!
So, yay! Where's my peanut gallery? Well, today we have a little something different. I got a lot of complaints from some of the feathered friends that they haven't gotten any airtime. They said, you know, we always keep showing the same ones. We show Chewy and Athena, and maybe we get out, let's see, we get Homer out a couple times. We get all
Cheyenne.
these guys out, but we just don't seem to get these guys. So today we're going to do a special, and so I think what we're going to do is we're going to start with some of our oldies, but no, I better not say oldies, but goodies. Okay, but anyway, so I'm going to start with Mary, and Mary is celebrating her what 7th anniversary here with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Starting my 7th.
You're starting your 7th year,
Yes.
and the thing is that Sherman here has been here longer than Mary. Oh, I know, it's very strange in here, isn't it? All the sounds. So, Mary, tell us about Sherman, and also you talk about yourself.
Well, we'll start with Sherman. Sherman came to us in 2008 that's when he was added, or when she was added to the permits. She came from a fellow rehabber, Ken Groves. She had a run-in with an airplane. As you can tell, part of her wing had to be amputated. Short-eared owls are ground nesters, ground dwellers, so they like grassland areas, big open fields, and Sherman apparently liked the airport that she was at.
This is
So-
that bare field.
Yeah, so that's what happened to her wings, that made her non-releasable. Short-eared owls are widely distributed across the world, actually. I was just reading about that this morning. They've even got a subspecies in Hawaii.
Oh.
So around here, we'll see them. A lot of photographer friends of mine go to Kankakee Sands, which is on the Indiana-Illinois border, and they see a lot of the short ears this time of the year. They will come down here this time of the year into Indiana. Normally they are up north is where they nest and live most of the time. So I've yet to see one in the wild, but they will eat small rodents, mice, voles, small birds, that type of thing. But they fly over the fields looking. You'll see them dawn to dusk, especially at dawn and dusk. But my understanding is you'll see them during the daytime too, kind of like the barred owls. And so, being they're ground nesters, they're a species of concern in Indiana because of habitat loss. Because a lot of like farmland that would be open, their nests get ran over by tractors and such. Another interesting fact, a female, if she's scared off of the nest, she will actually defecate on the eggs to try to ward off any predators towards her eggs. So Sherman shares the mew with another short-eared who is Skylar. No. And Skylar has the same type of injury, also an amputee, but the other wing. So, just a cute little bird. They weigh about half a pound to a pound. And their wingspan, normal wingspan, is about 3 feet. It's okay. And Sherman was named before we knew Sherman was a girl. We did a DNA test on her in 2019 and found out that she is in fact a female. So,
And why are they called short-eared owls?
well, I don't know if you can tell here on the top of the head, that little bitty feather. That's an ear tuft. It's not really an ear, it's just a tuft of feathers. That kind of tells their mood. Sherman's got a little bit of the tuft showing. So she's,
I know.
all right, but not all right.
Yeah.
So that's where they get their name from. So, and what she's doing, she's assuming the position of that she's wanting to bait off of the blood. And I think sometimes the aesthetics of the building, being that they're metal, I think sometimes they get some of those sounds bouncing off and kind of makes them a little nervous.
Well, keep your tufts up a little bit.
Okay.
I have to say that when I joined Soaring Hawk, I saw a picture of Sherman. And when I saw the picture of Sherman, I was like, oh my God, that face is adorable. And definitely made me want to volunteer with Soaring Hawk after
Well,
I saw this face.
And that's what drew me in. They had a presentation in 2014 at Matea Park. And this just came up in my Facebook memories today. And one of the other short ears that we had at the time, Amelia, was a part of that show. And again, they just grabbed your heart the minute
Yeah.
you saw them, that I thought, this is something I have to do. And I've loved every minute of it.
Great. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
So, thank you, Sherman. You got your airtime now, okay? Got to put that on his union record. So, anyway, so the short-eared owls, and of course, like Mary says, you'll see them out over open fields. Typically, dawn and dusk is when they do most of their hunting. Usually about 4 to 5 feet off the ground, soaring, and with their wings up high, like that, dihedral, okay? That gives them more stability as they're slowly flying across looking for mice, voles. In the summertime, they'll take beetles, they'll take earthworms, all kinds of small critters like that. And it's always interesting that the nest, of course, is on the ground, so it's just a depression on the ground in the grass. And so they may lay as many as 8 or 9 eggs. It just depends on the availability of food for them. The more prey there is, the more eggs they'll lay. And again, they're very vulnerable to tractors and things. And one of the problems we have here in Indiana is that a lot of farmers will let their fields go fallow, but by state law, they have to mow those fields by July 4th. And so all these nests get run over. And along with the counterpart in the hawk field is harriers, and harriers also nest the same way, same kind of fields, and do the same kind of hunting, but they're more during the daytime. We see quite a few of them during the winter time, but we essentially, because of our agricultural practices, have shoved these birds up to the north, where they can nest more securely. So let's see, who's next? Anne and Indy. So Indy's a barred owl and Anne isn't.
No. Hi. I'm Ann, and I've been with Soaring Hawk. It'll be 2 years in April. And I was attracted to Soaring Hawk kind of the same way as Mary. I went to a presentation, a fundraiser. And I thought, oh my goodness, I've just got to get over there and see all these owls and hawks. And anyway, this is Indy. And she is a barred owl, not barn, barred, B-A-R-R-E-D. And as you can see, she has barrings across her chest. Whoa, you're going to pop that up?
Yep.
She just had to go to the bathroom, yeah. But she has bars across her chest, horizontal and vertical ones down her abdomen. And she's very common in Indiana and all the Midwest. In fact, they're starting to make their way into the Northwest and kind of competing for food with the spotted owl out in the Northwest of the United States. She weighs about 2.5, maybe 3 pounds, and she got her name, Indy, because she was picked up on I-69. Are you going to talk to me for a minute? You look like you were getting ready to talk. And she was picked up on I-69 by the Indiana Department of Transportation with a head injury. So she's about blind in her left eye, but she is a fully flighted bird, so she will try to fly occasionally off your arm or in her mew. And she has a little roommate buddy named Peabody, who's also a barred owl. And sometimes when you're here at dusk, you can hear them calling each other. They have a very distinct call. It kind of says, who cooks for you? And it's very cute to hear them go back and forth. One of my favorite things about a barred owl is their beautiful facial disc, which is special feathers You can see like a kind of a little circle around her face. And what it does, it guides the sound into the ears, which are hidden on the side, just about right here, inside all of those feathers. And it'd be the same as if you put your hand by your ears, and you can always hear the sound so much better if you cup your ears. And what they do is that it directs them to the sound, and they can pinpoint it. Their ears are a little off center, they're not the same, and it helps them pinpoint the sound. So they can hear a mouse under snow, they can hear everything. But that is one of my favorite things about her face. And you also notice she does not have little ear tufts like Sherman did. And so she just is nice and smooth, no tufts. She will eat small birds. Occasionally they're known to eat some fish, but mostly small birds, small mammals, mice, voles, and even she would even eat a screech owl. Unfortunately, that makes me sad. But that's what they do. Let's see, what else can I tell you? Anything else that you can think of that would be interesting? Oh, she does have a third eyelid and nictitating membrane, and sometimes she has a tendency to show it to us on her left eye more often than both, but I don't think she's going to right now.
She and I are having a staring contest right now.
Having a stare down. And they say that you won't ever win if you have a staring contest with an owl.
She won. There you go.
But she's very sweet. Do you want to see the back of her? She'll let us. Maybe she's going to keep your eye on Gigi.
So I think last year, didn't she babysit a young bird?
That's right. I think I was gone during that time. But she did. She was separated from Peabody to take care of some baby barred owls. And you could hear, they missed each other because they would call back and forth from different areas.
Yeah, so Indy was over in pen 4 and Peabody was over there in pen 2, and you could hear them talking back and forth. You know, how's the kid? Kid's doing good.
Yeah.
Or I'm tired of the kid, you know. But so yeah, a lot of our birds do serve as surrogate parents. You know, when we get orphan birds that can't, babies or nestlings that fall out of the nest and can't be returned for one reason or another, like somebody cut down the tree or something along those lines. So these birds earn their keep by being surrogate parents, and they do a much better job at it than we humans would do, right?
I think you're right about that.
So, well, thank you very much. Okay. Oh, how long has she been with us? She's been with us for about
I thought I said since 2016.
16. Okay,
Yeah.
I was thinking. Okay, 4 years. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and I think Peabody's been with us since about what, 2006 or 8.
Yeah, one of the
Yeah,
original.
Yes.
So it's just one of the original birds that went out, you know. So, and so okay, so we have another antiquarian. I don't know. Is that the word?
Is that me?
An old person. Okay. No, I think Ruby there. I think she was one of the first birds that went out with us as early as 2004, I think. So it was about 2004, maybe it was 2006.
I was thinking 2009, but
No,
no,
she was.
6 or 7, I think you're right.
Yeah, because she was before Peabody, and
Yeah.
so this is
Yeah.
Ruby, and Ruby's a red-tailed hawk, and she's an old girl, and you know, I don't know what bird ears are to people with ears. I have no idea.
We don't want to think about
I
that.
don't want to think about it. Anyway, so this is Jillian, and she's one of Ruby's caretakers. So tell us about Ruby.
Okay, Ruby's which you may have already said, a red-tailed hawk. Very common in this area. You'll see them around this area a lot. And sometimes when you look up, you'll see a bird that's looks like he's all white underneath. That's probably a red tail. And sometimes if you're lucky enough, you can see they turn and the sun's just right, and you can see their beautiful red tail, which Ruby's is in not the best shape, but I think she came to us before her tail turned red.
Right.
So
Right.
we
Yeah,
have
she was 2 years old when we got
yeah.
her.
So
Yep.
we have they have their tails don't start turning red until they're 2, and then they're partial when they're 3, and then by the time they're 4 years they're all red. And so we have an approximate date on her.
Yeah, but she's got white feathers.
Yeah, she's got some white feathers in here, which, according to Native American Indians, make her a very spiritual bird. And she does enjoy participating in Native American rituals. She gets right into that. She came to us with a ruptured or infected crop, which we were able to fix. You can kind of tell she doesn't like to be touched. There's a little bit of feathers missing there, so you can tell that there had been an injury there. We were able to correct that, but in the process of her rehabilitation, we realized that there had been possible injury to her eye also, possibly from the infection. So we realized we couldn't release her, so we've kept her, and I think she's one of everybody's, well, we all have, I can't say favorite, we all have our
Yeah,
favorites.
yeah.
But everybody loves Ruby because Ruby is so calm and sweet and just, there isn't anybody that I think that's worked with Ruby that isn't delighted to have had that opportunity. So when I retired, I've been here since 2017. I think I came in the summer of 2017. I had worked at Parkview for 40 years, and that had been my family and my social life basically. And once I retired, I thought, oh no, what am I going to do? And during those years, I would see Soarin at presentations. I thought, whoa, gosh, I've always loved birds. I would love to work with them, but I figured you'd have to have some kind of degree or specialized training in working with these, so I kind of gave it up. Thought it would never happen, and I ran into another volunteer that I worked with, and she says, oh yeah, just come on out. I came on. I met Gigi. She introduced me to the birds and the jobs that we have to do, and I fell in love with them, and I have a new family, so it's kind of a win-win situation.
Are they all feathered or something?
Well, I might like the feathered ones. No, no, they're not all feathered. It's quite a community out here of really fantastic people that are fun to work with, and you get to do this. I mean, how can you ask for anything better than that? Anything else?
So Ruby's with us. She's going to be with us for a long time.
I hope so.
In captivity, she probably live up to about 25 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
she's going to outlive a few of us here.
I hope so. She's a sweetheart.
But
She's,
she is.
yeah,
She's very
she
sweet,
is.
and it's one of the first birds that people really trained with her.
Right, because she's so gentle. She has some eye issues. She did have a cataract removed at one point in time.
Yeah.
So we're not sure how well she can see. But
Well, when you take her outside, she can spot airplanes and vultures and satellites and all kinds of stuff up there.
She loves to be outside.
Yeah, she has keen eyesight, but
Yeah.
when it comes to stuff up close,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, she doesn't see.
she can't see very well.
Yeah.
So we have special feeding platform for her, that kind of thing. So, and she makes some very strange sounds.
Yes, she does.
No, she doesn't do that. I've never really heard her do a red tail call.
No.
She just has this
Yes.
kind of muse and that kind of thing. So, okay, well, thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna get over here. Don't step in it, Bob. Okay. So here's Nicole, and here's Air, and again, vulture, human. Okay. Volunteer. No, they both start with V, right? Vulture and volunteer. So much the same thing. So tell us all about Air.
So Air is one of our newer birds. We've had her about a year and a half now, and she came in with an old heel fracture on her right wing, so she can't extend it all the way. We originally thought we could creance her or exercise her and get her released. And at the time it was getting cold, so we didn't have a setup for them, so we actually sent her to another rehabber who had the space to let her fly during the winter. Unfortunately, she came back with not being able to fly very well. So she was deemed non-releasable, and we started working with her this past spring. She's a really good bird. She is nervous. but that most new birds are. Turkey vultures are one of the few types of vultures you'll see around here. They are one of the bigger birds you'll see commonly fly around in the sky or soar. If you look up red tails, if you see the white belly, that's usually what you'll see. If it's a vulture, you'll see the black underbelly. These guys have a defense mechanism that we have to kind of pay attention to. They actually throw up when they're nervous. And like I said, they are nervous still, so they still have every once in a while they'll throw up for me. But as you can tell, he is quite calm right now. He's preening. He's comfortable to relax and do that.
He has a roommate, right?
Yes, he does have a roommate. We actually named with a vote earlier, right around Christmas time. And that's Poe. Poe came in with natural amputation. He somehow lost his wing in the wild. So he can't fly naturally because of that injury.
So these are nature's garbage trucks, right? And one of the things that they help us at is if we have leftover food from some of the other birds, they go down to feed the vultures. So we try to reduce our food usage, and the vultures seem to be very grateful. They also take care of cleaning off the bones and things that we get from deer that we dress out. We get roadkill deer in here, and we recover the meat from that so we can feed the birds. So they get to clean up the bones and things afterwards. So it's we try to be a zero or a net usage type system where we have everything minimized. But it's very unusual to have vultures as part of your presentation team. And so this is a great experiment for us. We've been told a lot of stories about vultures not being very cooperative. And but now it looks like we do have some really, Ayers is really adapting well. And I think Poe's not doing badly either. He's coming along quite quickly because he's got air to show him the way. And so it's been really kind of a neat experience. Some other things, they got this bear head. The young ones, when they're hatched out, are all white and fluffy and cute. When they get a little older, the young ones have black heads. And then finally, when they get to adulthood, they get the pink heads. And of course, the bear head is on purpose so that they can they won't get junk all over their face and everything and mat up their feathers because there's nothing there. One of the bad things, if you notice that the legs look a little whitish, and one of the things that vultures do is that they actually defecate on their legs, cover their legs with urea, and that's to protect their legs. Some say it's to keep them cool, and some say it's to keep them warm. I'm not sure which it is, but so anyway, so every so often you have to scrub the legs.
No.
No, you're not
I
scrubbing
have
legs.
to scrub my glove. To make people not sick.
Scrub the okay, so that's the only thing that gets scrubbed. So anyway, so I think this bird's gonna be a real hit. When we go out to doing presentations, if we get back out into the wild, But so far we've been pretty well having to do the Facebook things, and we've been doing a couple programs a month out, and so we think he's going to be a real big hit. I don't think he's made any outdoor presentations. So right now the only thing he does is the Raptor Adventure presentations.
Yep.
In fact, we had one young man came in, and when we asked him what bird he wanted to have his picture taken with, the vulture. So very unusual, a real hit with grandma and grandpa. So so that's just some of the guys that haven't been on the air. And, so anybody have any questions or anything for us?
Somebody asked if we work with I&M and the nesting falcons. They said they need to fix the camera soon before the nesting season.
Oh, yeah, we'll have to get up there and get that taken care of. Yeah, we have a good relationship with Indiana, Michigan, and so it's, that's good.
And could you also go over when the red-tailed hawk gets their tails, their red tails?
Okay. The first year, they I should have the
It's
tails
right,
out.
it's right.
Anyways, what?
Picture, you can
Okay.
show that. The
Well,
one in
here
the
you can
middle.
see. Okay, up here you can see this is a first year bird. Okay, and you see that the tail is brownish with barring across it. And the next picture down is the same thing. So you can kind of see that that's what the first year bird looks like. The second year bird will have barring in it, but also it'll start turning that rufusy red color. And so you'll start seeing that. And then the third year, most of the feathers turn red. There might be some barring still left in there. And by the fourth year, it's almost solid red. And so there is some variation, but you can always tell a first year bird because it's always brown like this with the bars in there. And then next year you get a combination of red and brown. And then the third year you start really getting almost all red. So, and of course the birds use this is so that the juveniles won't be attacked by adult birds. So that the adult birds know that these, they don't mean any harm. They're not invading the territory or anything like that. There may still be some competition for food, but at least there's no competition for mating or anything like that.
Okay.
So, somebody else got something.
Jennifer Landing loves air,
Yeah,
and she
okay.
says, you all know I love vultures, and she says, hi, Bob.
Wait a minute. Yeah, so anyway, so.
She says, tell them their eyes change colors, too.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, you get that brownish color. They have blue eyes at one point. And if you look at the bird up closely, you may not be able to see it on the camera, but they're iridescence on their feathers.
Yes,
You
yeah.
know, so
they're-
it's not like it's a flat black, but there's actually iridescence on these feathers.
Yeah.
But they're really pretty birds.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to tell in this light, but out in the sun, the colors are really gorgeous.
Oh yeah. So there's no such thing as an ugly bird.
No.
Okay, no, I haven't seen any ugly ones yet. No. So I've seen a couple ugly bird watchers, but I've never seen an ugly bird. So, anyways, I think this was just a brief interlude, to look at a few guys that you don't get to see too often. And so I want to remind you guys to make donations. And let's see here, just so I show this off. Just while you're here, I'm going to show this off. No, I will someday.
Sorry, Andy.
Look at that. Check from Kroger's. Okay.
Ah.
Thank you to all those people in the community reward program. So it's always great to get these nice checks. So, don't forget.
Very nice. Yay!
So, community reward program. Okay. At Kroger's or any that are associated stores like Piggly Wiggly and Ralph's and all the rest of them around the country. And don't forget Amazon Smiles. And for you people that want to come out and visit us, we have the Raptor Adventure. Okay, you can contact us about coming out, and you can meet all these fine people and all these fine birds right up close, so you don't have that flat screen in front of you looking at them or that little rectangle that you hold in your hand. Okay, so come on out, see us, and if you got questions, and come on back next week. We don't know what we're doing next week yet, but we kind of go with the weather and other things like that. We got some really severe weather coming up, don't we?
Yeah.
I have to ask, what are we going to do with these birds in all this cold weather?
So most of them can handle the cold weather, but the ones that can't, like the migratory birds or the ones that have the amputations, those come inside. We have indoor cages they go into for the night. If it gets warm enough during the day, they'll go back out, and then during the night they'll come back in. So that's mostly what we do with these birds if they can't stand the cold.
Yeah, so it's basically below 20 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we're expecting this big polar vortex coming in here that's going to freeze everybody's noogies off. So we have to, take care of our birds, and because the birds expect a little bit of help from us, but most of these birds should be able to take care of the cold, but because of their injuries and other things like that, we're going to take care of them. And so a few of these guys are going to be inside over the weekend, just keep them nice and warm. Well, actually, we keep the temperature in here, what, 62 degrees?
65.
65. Oh, who turned up the heat? So we keep the temperature down, save on the propane, you know, but it's comfortable enough for the birds in here. And because everybody's so hard working, we don't need a whole lot of heat in here, right? So
It's true.
that's true. Okay.
You get warm pretty quickly in here.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
When
that's
you're-
all the hot air. Yeah. But you do it. So
You can
you're
see your
being a
ear
good bird
tufts
here,
in the back.
okay? So I'm going to say goodbye. And you know, again, if you got messages for us, you know, you can contact us on soarinhawk.org. You know, just send a message in, and you know, just ask your questions, or if you have suggestions on a topic that you would like us to talk about, you know, that's concerning the birds, you know, let us know. Other topics we may have to not talk about, so if they're not about the birds, okay? So, your tufts are starting to come up. You said the program's almost over. Okay. So your
Sherman.
time is up. Your time is up.
Sherman does not want to look at the camera.
No.
No.
No, Sherman wants to look at me. He says, I know that voice.
Yeah. Alrighty then. Okay.
We'll
Thanks.
see you guys.
Thanks for
Bye.
tuning in.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.